Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is absolutely wonderfully awesome to be here with you on this beautiful day of life, where the palm trees are swaying very, very gently in the wind, where the water is crystal blue, where the sun is shining. There are clouds in the sky, very soft, wispy clouds. And I hope that it is equally, if not more, beautiful wherever it is that you are. And so today we're going to be talking about the power of humility on your spiritual journey. Welcome to Success Through Meditation. I'm Shakti, coming to you from a lineage of enlightenment to help you to see, honor, and love the light within yourself so that you can see, honor, and love the light within others. Humility is a very, very powerful aspect of your spiritual journey, a very powerful thing to understand. So, what is it? What is it? Humility is the conscious awareness and acceptance of eternity, of God, of Source, as your own body. It is who you are. It is who you are. Humility is the time that you spend with love, in love with existence. It's a knowing, a deep knowing that we hold in our hearts, that you're not separate from. You're not separate from anything, anyone. You're not separate from this world of beings, that you are one with existence itself. That is humility. Humility is courage. Courage to see and accept your own reflection, this reflection of light, the light in who you are. Humility is the ability to take great chances with your life and your death and all that lies beyond, all that lies within, in strength and power. Humility is a strength and power that is unseen. Humility is the most important quality in a spiritual journey. This is because whatever qualities, abilities, and powers that you have, if you don't have humility, they're all in vain. It is the most important of the aspects of a spiritual journey. However, if you do have humility, you're halfway to self-realization. I'm going to repeat that. If you do have humility, you're halfway to self-realization. Humility is not enough, but it is the most important as qualities go, because without humility, spiritual growth stops. The absence, of course, of humility is ego. Ego stops spiritual growth. Sort of like during an eclipse, like when during an eclipse, we don't see the sun, right? It's blocked by the moon. The moon gets in its way. So we don't see the light of knowledge, of Dharma, of truth, unless the ego is moved to the side. Unless we can break through to dissolve the ego, there is very little, if any, spiritual progress. And you're at your best. You are at your very best and most happy self when you're humble. When you're egotistical, you are basically miserable. You're basically miserable. The ego attempts to convince you that I am the body, I am this being, I am this personality, I exist in this world, I was born here or there, and I'll die in a certain place and time. The space in between, I'll call my life. Ego gives you a sense of being separate. I suffer, I feel joy, I feel pleasure, I feel pain. There is a sense of self-importance that you really matter. The you, the personality, really matter, and nothing could be further than the truth, further from the truth. Humility is freedom, as it provides access to growth, and growth takes you into a world of change. Humility leads you beyond all of this and into love. It's easy, of course, to be humble when you're all alone. No one's around you, right? To feel superior. No one is challenging your ego when you're alone. You don't see your face in the face of someone else. You don't see yourself in someone else's eyes. Because it's in our interactions with others that the ego manifests, right? That's where we see the personality, the being that thinks it is separate, and the being that thinks it's so cool and funny and wonderful. It's in our interactions with others that the ego comes alive. Or conversely, it is where we think to ourselves, oh, we're not as spiritually evolved, we're not as spiritually developed, that everyone meditates better than we do. The ego is very silly, isn't it? Very, very silly. That's ego. The one that thinks that we're the best or the worst. That's ego. Humility accepts and feels that there is always someone better. Always someone somewhere who can do anything I can do better. For one thing, what ego tends to tell us is that no one can do anything better than me. But the reality is that I will come and go from this world and be forgotten. And that's freedom. That is humility. That idea to know this reality that we will all come and go and be forgotten. And at the same time, make no mistake, you are important. You are important in the sense that you have a role to play in this cosmic game of life. You are important. There is something for you to do that no one else can do. You may ease the suffering of another. You may give joy or die in the attempt. But we have our role, great or small. That is humility. I have my role. That is humility. Without self-importance. With love, only love. Humility doesn't seek fortune or fame. It accepts it. Ego wants to climb the highest mountain so it can stand on the top and let everyone know that we made it to the top. That is ego. Humility is content to be in the valley or the top of the mountain or anywhere in between. That is humility. Humility is knowing that you're always in the right place at the right time. Not a moment too soon, not a moment too late. That is humility. Always think well of yourself. That is humility. Love is humility. Loving another more than yourself. Looking beyond yourself, admiring others, that is humility. And we meditate to live a better life, a life filled with humility. That is why we meditate. To cultivate humility, hang with people who are humble. And remember always that humility doesn't mean to hide in a corner. No, that's not what we're talking about. Not to pretend that you're not strong, that you don't have abilities to do wonderful things. Humility means to be you, to stand in that, to simply be you, to be in this present moment, knowing that only you, with the abilities that you have, can do what you do, to give to the world that only you can give, the things that only you can give. And remember that whenever that you think that you're right, you're wrong. Remember that. You may be correct. You may be right in this physical world, to be sure, but you're wrong. I think when I say those words, I think of my wonderful mother, who loves to say just that, you're wrong. But I'm saying it in a bigger sense, in a sense from many, many feet up, looking down, that whenever you think you're right, whenever we think we are right, we're wrong. We may be right for this physical world, we may be correct, but we're wrong. When you know that you don't know, when you know that you don't know anything, and that you're an absolute beginner, a constant beginner, that is humility. Humility is to be valued above all other spiritual qualities because no one will see it. Maybe your teacher will, if you have one, but no one will know. Yeah. No one will know that it's real. No one will understand when they see humility in action, the reality of it. This world is too filled with egos, looking at other egos. But only one who sees will know and be inspired by humility. Gandhi was humility in human form, humility in action. He changed an entire nation. Humility. Seek humility, seek light. Work on it in your meditations. Give yourself to eternity and accept who you are. Pure love, pure light. Knowing that meditation is humility, and you are that. You are meditation. You are love, you are light. This knowledge is humility. Knowing that there is only one you, here to do what only you can do. That is humility. For those of you who may be new to the practice of meditation, every day when we wake up, we take a shower or at the very least wash our hands and faces, and we sit. In the beginning, we sit for 15 minutes, focusing. Meditation is focus in the beginning. Eventually, we let go of focus. When we're learning to stop thought, focus becomes no longer necessary. But in the beginning, for the first many lifetimes, we focus. We're learning how to focus. And yes, of course, in this lifetime, learning how to focus and stop thought is absolutely possible. It is who you are. You've simply forgotten that you are that you are meditation, that you are light, you are enlightenment in human form. So we sit. Our back is straight, is comfortable for you, and maybe a little uncomfortable. In the beginning, when you start to meditate, your back is not used to sitting up as straight as you want it to be in meditation. And the reason that you want this to happen in meditation is because you are generating Kundalini energy, this energy that sits within in the subtle physical body. is generating, it's growing. Your power is growing. And so we want this energy to be able to run up, down, and all around. Right? Our subtle physical body is something that everyone is familiar with the word aura, right? It's the aura, basically. Some people see it, some people don't. But it is our subtle physical body, and it maintains and contains our Kundalini energy. And when we meditate, this grows. It becomes more and more powerful. You become more and more energetic over time. It may not happen the first time you meditate. It could, of course, because it's a memory. If you're here, if you are listening, it's because you have meditated in other lifetimes. And you're looking maybe to find a community of like-minded people, of like-minded souls to be able to meditate with. Right? So we sit up nice and straight. Our tummies are empty, unless they're growling. Then you want to maybe put a piece of fruit in. We're awake. If you need to wake up, take a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, do some stretches, some yoga exercises, jump up and down, jumping jacks, whatever it takes to wake you up, right? And stay awake. It is the most incredibly beautiful, aware time of your day. So we begin our day with meditation. It sets the tone for our day. And at the end of the day, I would highly recommend that you meditate again to wash away what the day has brought, all of the energies that you may have picked up in the day. Meditate at the end of the day so that you can have a restful sleep. We sit for 15 minutes. We listen to music on our meditations. This music is infused with enlightened energy to help you to be able to block out the thoughts, the impressions of our world. There are, more than 8 billion people on our planet now? There are a lot of energetic impulses floating around. You send them, you receive them. And so during our meditation, we want to block those impressions, those distractions as much as possible. So we listen to this music. It actually can take you quite high if you listen to every note in the music, right? Because during our meditations, in the very beginning especially, we're focusing on our chakras. We have 7 or arguably 8 primary chakras to focus on, parts of our energetic field that we focus on. They're called chakras, but in Sanskrit, what the meaning is spinning wheels. So these spinning wheels of energy that we hold within our beings help us to learn, to realize more, to love more, to see more. And so it is this energy that we are engaging in and acquiring more of when we meditate. At the end of our meditation practice, we bow. We offer up our meditation to eternity, to all that is, to Source, in gratitude for all that we have, all that we know, all that we feel, all that we are able to engage in. In this moment, we say thank you. You know, gratitude is the very highest of all human emotions. So it's a wonderful way to up your energy in any moment. Think of something that you're grateful for, whether it's a child, a loved one, a relationship, your home, whatever it is, your job, your career, your ability to see light, your ability to be immersed in light, to be absorbed in light, like we're going to do in our meditation today. That's the idea, to be absorbed, to be infused with light. All right, I'm going to take myself off camera as we prepare to meditate. Take a very deep cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. and hold for the count of 3 at the top. Focus all of your attention on your eyes, the muscles around your eyes, and relax the muscles around your eyes. As you do, your jaw muscles, your facial muscles will also begin to relax. If you have any tension whatsoever in your scalp, relax your scalp. Relax your neck. Your throat, relax your throat. Relax your chest, your shoulders. Relax your upper arms, your lower arms. Relax your hands and your fingers. Relax the muscles in your back on either side of your spinal column. Relax your abdomen. Release all of the muscles in your abdomen. Relax your hips, your upper legs, your lower legs. Relax your feet and your toes. Relax, relax, relax. As we begin our meditation, picture a beautiful blue sky without any clouds in it. As you picture the clear blue sky, feel that your body is growing lighter and lighter. Close your eyes and keep the image of the blue sky in your mind. There are no limits to the blue sky. It stretches on endlessly in every direction, never beginning and never ending. As you visualize the blue sky, feel that your body has become so light that you have floated up into the clear blue sky. Visualize that you're floating in the sky and that all tension, fatigue, worry, and problems have left you. Relax your mind and allow your breathing to seek its own level. Feel yourself floating gently in the clear blue sky that stretches endlessly in every direction, never beginning and never ending. As you feel your thoughts slowing, picture that your entire body is merging with the blue sky. Your body is merging with the peace of the blue sky. Your mind is merging with the tranquility of the blue sky. Feel that you have actually become the blue sky. You no longer have a body or a mind. You have become the infinite blue sky that stretches endlessly in every direction, never beginning and never ending. Feel that you have become the perfect peace and tranquility of the blue sky. Completely let go and experience the bliss of meditation. When you have completed your meditation session and you open your eyes, you will have a new and deeper sense of peace, relaxation, and poise. This renewed energy, joy, and calm will stay with you after you resume your normal activities. Now, let's meditate. Namaste. Thank you for being here today to understand, to work on understanding humility, the most important of all aspects in the spiritual journey. Remembering that without it, progress stops. The ego takes control. And understanding your own enlightenment is thwarted. It is stopped in progress. But with humility, with courage, with love, with understanding, your own light, your own divinity. As you understand humility, you progress. I'm so grateful that you were here today. Thank you so much. I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon. Namaste. The light in me sees, honors, and so loves the light in you. I'll see you soon. Thanks.